Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Writing SLT. Today, we're going to be talking about statements and justification of the problem. This part of research writing or writing project is, let me say, the most important part of writing a research and usually the toughest part of for many students. One thing I share with my students is the ability to understand one's research or your seminar paper. The biggest question before embarking on any research is to ask yourself, what is the problem of this research is going to solve? What's the gap? What will the research fill? Before we talk about what we're going to talk about today, I would like to tell us a little bit about research. Now, the word research is a combination of two words, RE and search. RE, which is and search. When you say something is it's like something is happening again. So if you're going to reply a message, it will come with RE. So if you're going to put return, so it means that something came and something's about to happen again. That was meaning of So there is search. Research is a combination of two words, and search, which means that if which means that whatever you're going to write, somebody has done something about it before, or somebody has done something around that topic that you want to cover, and the person did not cover something. That is what you are trying to look for when stating the statement of the problem. What is now the statement of the problem? The statement of the problem is just stating the particular issue the research will solve. This is the what of the research. I call the statement of the problem the backbone of your research paper or your project. It is the source of the entire research. Everything that is meant to be done in this research is pointing towards solving this problem. It's pointing towards solving this problem. That is why the statement of the problem is not really one. I think is the most important part, because it's one that will help you know what to develop, how to develop your objective, know how to develop your research questions and your hypothesis and other things, literature review and other things that will follow, even down to the method you use to solve the issue, comes from defining a good statement problem or statement of the problem. Just telling me what this research is going to focus on. Stating the particular issue of the research. Now, where many researchers, many students find it hard is the justification of the problem. Justification is the part that makes the problem make sense. This is the why of the research. The justification is telling us why this problem is very important. This is where you tell us the cause effects of these problems. It contains the importance of the problem to knowledge, especially when it comes to the immediate academic environment. Now, if I said the statement problem is the backbone, the justification is the ligaments that holds the backbone in place. What are the major components of these two? This statement of the problem and justification of the problem are usually intertwined. For some schools, the statement of the problem differs from the justification of the problem. For some, the statement of the problem and justification are all together. So I'm just going to put them all together. For some schools, and I know the justification is a continuation of the problem. The major components of these two include the problem identification, problem analysis, and gap analysis. Now, what is problem identification? This is where many researchers stop. You have stated the problem and said that, okay, this study is going to identify the prevalence rate of schistosomiasis among young children between age 5 to 12. Yes, we know that schistosomiasis is a problem. Good and fine. You have stated the problem. But you should be able to, and this is where most researchers stop. They have identified the problem of the research topic, but do not go further into analyzing the problem. But first of all, how can you even identify a problem? You identify problems by reading literature. I think the first part of a research is to do a literature review of that particular research. That way, you'll be able to identify the problems that comes with a particular research. You can build statement of the problem from gap based on inadequacies in method use, inadequate sampling, a different study area. You want to build on existing data to contribute to knowledge. These are the different ways to identify several problems. But the major place to identify several problems is from literature review. Now, to have a complete statement and justification of the problem, you have to do a problem analysis after stating the problem. In problem analysis, this is usually the second stage of the problem statement. You have to tell us the cause of this problem and the effects, especially when it comes to humans. Getting to the problem analysis does not mean that your problem statement is complete. If I am going to identify schistosomiasis among young children between the ages of 5 to 12, yes, it's a problem within a particular study area. Good and fine. But what is the cause effect of not identifying that problem, of not justifying that problem? Schistosomiasis causes this, and this is what's going to happen if this problem is not solved. Now, the most important part of the problem statement is now the gap analysis. Gap analysis is a critical component of academic and scientific research. It involves identifying areas within a particular field or a topic where there is a lack of knowledge or understanding. When you are doing your gap analysis, you have identified the problem, you have done a problem analysis. So you have stated that this is what this problem will cause, and this is the effect of not solving this problem. But like I said earlier, it is a research. Somebody somewhere have done something that is related to this research, and this is where many students find it hard. Most students believe that their research is so novel and do not and they think that this research they are doing nobody has done before. But I can be corrected. I stand to be corrected, but I can say this, that there is no research in this world that you want to carry out that do not have a background. There must be a background to that research. Every research that has been solved also brings up another problem. That is why towards the end of your research, they will ask you for further studies, suggestions for further studies, because your research has not entirely solved the problem completely. So you have told us the problem, you have stated the consequences of this problem. However, you are not the first researcher or the only researcher who have been able to identify this problem. There are available data. Said is a research. There are available data on this same problem that you have identified. That is why the gap analysis is very, very important. Now, what you have to do is to tell us that yes, this problem has been looked at by different researchers, and you will cite these researchers and say, this so and so and so and so has been able to identify this problem, and these are the measures they have already taken to solve this problem. These are the measures that have taken that exist with this problem. However, they not tell us what you bring differently from what already exists. So then you not tell us, however, there is something that you have identified that these other researchers have not done in their own research, and your research want to solve. This is where you now tell us what your research wants to bring that is different from what already exists. Now, many professors will not even end here because some research are not researchable. They are not feasible. While you pick your research topic, it's very important for you to do a feasibility studies within your mind, or look at the kind of resources you have and the time frame you have to finish the work. Do not pick a topic that is supposed to last for maybe your project is supposed to take 6 months, and pick a research topic that will take you 3 years or 7 months or 9 months to complete. It will be frustrating. Another thing to note is that when defining your statement of the problem, it is not going to be easy. because it's just like going for a business pitch or a business grant and about to pitch a business. It is not just you that is solving that problem. You have to bring a unique selling point to that problem, to the of your product, to your investors. What was that something different that you would do differently that others have not done to your own research? If you're going to make a shoe, what makes your own shoe stand out from other shoes available in the market? The same way, what if you're going to do this research on schistosomiasis that have been done by many people before? What does your own research on schistosomiasis cover that others have not covered? And most times, this can be within study area, like I said before, study area, inadequate sampling, number of samples, incorrect method used, poor sample collection. You can identify these problems by looking at literature, and also you can also get problems from or gaps from further studies suggested by these researchers. Because like I said, your research should lead to another problem. If your research solves the problem completely, it is not a research, because there will always be a limitation of your research. It is not entirely complete because research has to continue. With this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to explain this as simple as I can, because I try to compress it in a way that will be very simple without stating several examples. But if you need examples, you can come in the comment section and comment below, and I will show us different examples on what the problem statement looks like. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel. It's called Writing an SLT. Thank you.